keeping that full-arm drag and twist on Mulkey. Mulkey needs desperately to get over and tag up with somebody. And he reached out drove a knee to the midsection. Makes the tag with Shaska Whatley. And Gray caught in the corner. Shaska Whatley takes it down. Snap there, using the flat of the foot. Gray smashed it. And Gray trying to make the tag, missed it. He was trying to tag up with former All-American Ron Simmons.
I believe Jerry's hurting a little bit now. That's an instinct for him to try to get to that corner and get to a fresh man. But unfortunately, once he gets damaged like this, it's going to be hard getting over there. They're not going to let him go.
Gray firing back now, and he's showing that he's made a pretty stern stuff indeed. Once again, Shaska Whatley tags up. A quick double teaming.
That knee took the wind out of him, Gordon. He needs to make the tag now.
Was not given that opportunity, and again they quickly double team. Gray has become a vastly improved competitor in the last couple of years. Would you not agree, Steve?
Well, I think it's that traveling, Gordon. I think you have to get out. You have to go all over the country and out of the country if you can. And this trip to Japan, I hope, has helped him. Right now, it doesn't seem like it's helped him enough.
Well, he was able to avoid the pin, trying desperately to get over and tag up, and again blocked in that effort.
Well, Shaska Whatley's a veteran wrestler. I mean, he's going to take advantage of every situation he can. He's pounding on that Jerry Gray, trying to mess him up, trying to keep him from getting to that corner.
It's a good gut-wrench salto just a moment ago by Shaska Whatley. And don't let anybody kid you that this man doesn't have a tremendous background. He's out of East Tennessee. He was heavyweight wrestling champion in college.
Ooh, that's close, Gordon.
These Mulkeys take a lot of punishment, but dish a lot out as well.
Well, you're telling me. They're non-stop. They seem to be quick enough to tag. Their instinct is to stay on the guy and keep him out of his corner, and that's what a tag team all about.
Whatley catching Jerry Gray as Gray tried to catch him into a backdrop. Well, I understand that we're going to have to cut away for a commercial break, and we'll bring you, if there is a submission or a pinfall. Well, I guess we're not. We're going to hang right in.
Ron just caught him right in midair. That's a lot of strength to catch a man about 210 pounds like that.
That is indeed.
I believe he's got down to this position a couple times before.
Yes, sir. Former All-American Ron Simmons caught him with a beautiful shoulder block. Beautiful shoulder block. And so, quite a victory, and a hard-fought victory, I might add, going to this team of Ron Simmons.
I give Jerry Gray a lot of credit here, Gordon. He finally made it to that corner where he had to be. Are you there, Gordon? Are you awake?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. They're trying to get Mulkey awake, though, over at the side of the ring. Well, I'll tell you what, an outstanding victory for Kendall Windham, Jerry Gray, and Ron Simmons. And now may I officially welcome all of you to Championship Wrestling from Florida. We are coming to you direct from the Bayfront Center in St. Petersburg, where, as we just mentioned, the largest crowd ever assembled to witness wrestling matches is here tonight. Some 1,300 to 1,500 people, unfortunately, had to be turned away. Joining with me this evening on this very, very special night is Steve Kern. And Steve, of course, this is, of course, the Eddie Graham Memorial Benefit Fund.
Well, it's an honor to be here, Gordon. I've been a wrestler for 15 years. Eddie Graham gave me my start. I'm a local boy from Tampa here, and I'm just proud to be here, and I hope that I can do a good job. You're going to have to bear with me. I'm a little nervous. I'd rather be in there wrestling than out here talking, but I'll do the best I can. If the people can bear with us, then I'll try to keep from stepping on my words.
It's a delight to have him on board, believe me. We've got some great, outstanding matches upcoming. We're going to be seeing Bullet Bob Armstrong and Brad Armstrong a little bit later on. And, of course, I know a match that you're very interested in. Dory Funk Jr. against Mike Graham.
Well, Gordon, you've got to just say it in one word. This is what the night's all about. This is Mike's dad's dedication. It's in honor of him. I think Mike is probably on his highest he can be. I was back in the dressing room with him. He's excited, but he's got a seasoned veteran in Dory Funk Jr. I mean, it's going to be a tough night. He's got to come out here and make a showing of himself with another man trying to take that showing away and humiliate in front of all this crowd. I mean, it's completely sold out in this building, and Mike knows that. He grew up right across that bay.
Fair enough. Thank you so very much, Steve Kern, and we'll be back with our next match in just a moment. Florida Tag Team Champions going up against Bullet Bob Armstrong and Brad Armstrong, non-title event. And this promises to be tremendous action all the way through. The Mod Squad, big, bad, and rugged.
And the Florida Heavyweight Tag Team Champions. They got a lot going for them.
They're facing quite a combination in Brad Armstrong and Bullet Bob.
You know, there's a controversy, Gordon, that's been going on between wrestling fans and probably wrestlers for years about situations like tag team situations where it's a brother tag team or father and son. They wonder, is that blood really thicker than water to the point where that makes a difference when you're in a tag team situation? Fortunately, I've been in a few tag teams, never with a brother. But I'll have to say it's got the advantages.
I'll tell you what, the Armstrong know how to put it together. There's no question about that. And the Mod Squad's got their problem.
I believe the Mod Squad thought they were coming to a picnic and got the wrong idea, don't you?
They did indeed. Brad Armstrong watching him carefully now, and he knows they'll come at him from all directions. Full arm dragon's fist on Brad Armstrong. Good reversal by Brad, and now Brad makes the tag with Bullet Bob. And a little bit of double teaming here, but certainly it seems fair to me. Once again, a full arm dragon twist. Bob Armstrong keeping the pressure on. Bob Armstrong, former U.S. Marine. He's out of Marietta, Georgia. And he's pretty adept at the martial arts as well, Steve.
That's right. You know, Gordon, the first meeting I had with Bob Armstrong was in Atlanta in well, I better not say that. I might give my age away here, but I will have to say Bob Armstrong has been a great wrestler. He's lived up to everything he's ever said in interviews, and he's brought up some fine sons, and he's made them good wrestlers, too, and I believe they've got a lot of heart and soul, and I believe they get it from their dad.
They got a lot of fight in them. There's no question about that. All right, the tag made, and Mod Squad changing up here now, and it is the Mod Squad getting that full arm drag and twist again, and they now got some extra leverage there, yeah. Referee Bill Alfonso.
Well, I'm not about to defend all the referees, Gordon, but I would have to say that if you're a referee, it's hard to see everything that this crowd can see, because if they've surrounded this ring, a lot of pressure on these men, a lot of pressure. Not only are they on television, but they're in front of a live sellout crowd here in St. Petersburg at the Bayfront Center. Careers, reputations, a lot of things at stake here tonight, Gordon.
Certainly no question about that. Armstrong catches a couple of knees in the midsection. Irish whip, but Armstrong reverses it. Armstrong, high hip toss coming off. Armstrong side headlock, tags up with Bob Armstrong. Bob Armstrong, beautiful chop into the throat. Armstrong has him up once again in a right over our table.
You need to get out of that corner, Bob.
Armstrong in trouble as he caught a hard one to the head. Snapmare takes it back to the canvas, and the Mod Squad begins to really punish him.
So they better have brought their lunch, Gordon, because if they planned on punishing Bob Armstrong enough to keep him out of that corner, they're going to have a lot more experience than I think they've got.
Armstrong being double teamed. And these two former law enforcement officers are really beginning to take their toll on Armstrong now.
They're thick, aren't they, Gordon? They got a lot of weight behind them throwing themselves into the ring like that.
Armstrong desperately needs to get over and tag up, and that rip across the eyes has taken him to where he is momentarily in trouble trying to find his way. Armstrong continues to be in trouble here in the corner, right over our head. Again, they double team on Armstrong. Another snap there, and Armstrong only a few feet, but it might as well be a couple of miles away from his own corner.
Well, they think that they're just resting for themselves, but if they stay in this hole too long, Bob's going to have enough time to get his thoughts together and get that momentum going. He's going to jerk that big gap on his back. He's going to make it to that corner. The Mod Squad slowed down. Maybe they're carrying a little bit too much weight here. But they're still the Florida Tag Team Champions. You can't take that away from them, Gordon, no matter how bad a shape they could be in.
Once again, the Mod Squad getting a little bit of extra leverage there. Well, it's interesting, too. The Southern boys are looking for that Mod Squad. They want to regain the Florida Tag Team Championship. And I wouldn't be a bit surprised if Steve Armstrong's dad, Bob Armstrong, won't be able to impart some valuable knowledge to him about the Mod Squad.
Just like I said earlier, Gordon, family ties, Bob Armstrong, he gives them boys an unreal education. Every time he steps into the ring, probably for a long time, they've been watching him. You can't argue with success, because Bob Armstrong has been a successful wrestler.
Beautiful chop into the throat. Armstrong ripped across the eyes once again. Irish whip. He ducks away. Armstrong catches him, but it took its toll on him as well.
Come on, Bob. He needs to get up now, Gordon.
He does indeed.
Come on, Bob.
Tag is made. The other member of the squad. Hey, he makes the tag, and Fred Armstrong. Fred Armstrong. And he is perpetual motion now. And we've got a four-way melee going now. You'll be seeing these fellas in Daytona coming up tomorrow night. Great action.
Go up to the top, Gordon. On the side.
Caught him. Beautiful cross body block. Gets the 3 count. He gets the 3 count. Coming off that top rope. Cross flying body block that got the job done. But the Mod Squad coming right back after him. But nonetheless, the winners are the Armstrongs, and we'll be back.
That's got to put them in contention for the Florida Tag Team Championship.
Garvin, along with Precious, and he's getting set to go up against Teijo.
Anticipation going on here now, Gordon.
Hey, man, when you got it, flaunt it.
I'm so sure I want it.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's give Jerry Prater a chance to introduce him.
Wearing black, weighing 251 pounds from Singapore, Teijo Khan. His opponent, accompanied to the ring by Precious, wearing green at 225 pounds from Tampa, Florida, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin.
Jimmy Garvin, of course, another one who literally insisted on being in the matches. He began his amateur career.
Really?
Under some of the tutelage of Eddie Graham a number of years ago.
I knew Jimmy Garvin would be here, Gordon.
Yep. Teijo launching an immediate deadly attack on Jimmy Garvin. And Jimmy Garvin finally gets a chance to reverse it. High backdrop on Teijo. And Garvin now connects with a couple of right hands. Teijo staggered on that. Garvin takes him back to the canvas. Garvin now with a rear chin lock. Teijo face and head beginning to redden into those ropes that forced the break.
Sorry, Gordon, if I ain't talking, jumping in on you there. It's hard for me to watch and talk at the same time. I'm excited about being here and watching Jimmy in action. Jimmy's flashy, Jimmy's arrogant, but Jimmy backs up what he says. And that's important.
It is indeed. Tell you what we're going to do. We're going to break away here for a couple of moments and let the stations make a little bit of money. And then we'll be right back with more here on Championship Wrestling. Garvin had him hooked into an inside cradle. Teijo broke away from it. Garvin catches him again. A beautiful drop kick. Teijo leaves the ring immediately next to our broadcast table.
Where's Khan from, Gordon?
Singapore, I understand.
Must have a barber college there, huh?
Well, he has an unusual way of maintaining his hair, that's for sure. And so Teijo was starting to move over toward the corner of Jimmy Garvin. Garvin very quickly moving over there. Now they're back into the center of the ring. Garvin giving away a few bits of poundage to Teijo. Wrist lock now.
You're not saying anything, Gordon. You want me to say something?
No, I was just watching and just trying to figure out exactly how Jimmy Garvin's going to get him. He took a thrust in the throat that time by... And now Teijo beginning to move more effectively on Jimmy Garvin. Well, you could hear that one all the way across the bayfront.
I'm glad that was Jimmy Garvin's chest and not mine and yours, huh, Gordon?
Amen. I'd be in the next county if it had been me. Full body slam by Teijo. Drives a knee into the chest of Jimmy Garvin.
Khan goes right back to his hold, doesn't he? He's working on that wind on Jimmy Garvin. He's trying to cut off that breathing. Stuck with it. Everything he's done so far tonight, he's pushed it. Something to do with Jimmy's breathing. In the belly.
Again, trying to cut off that supply of oxygen. Teijo. Garvin hooks him very nicely. Got him on the 3 count. Jimmy Garvin catches Teijo, gets a 3 count. Let me see if I can get Jimmy Garvin down here and have a word with him, if I may.
You need any help, Gordon?
Oh, I think I can...
Okay, if you need any help, call me. I'll be over here.
So, Jimmy Garvin, and of course, he has one thing in mind, too. I know that is to garner that World Heavyweight Championship that is currently held by Ric Flair. Well, first of all, congratulations on a fine victory.
Well, thank you very much, Gordon Sullivan. I'd like to say... thank you to everybody here in the great state of Florida. It's nice to be home. It's nice to be home, and it's nice to know. It's nice to know that just tomorrow night in Daytona Beach at the Ocean Center, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin gets a chance to defeat Ric Flair for the World Heavyweight title. And I gotta tell you, gorgeous Jimmy Garvin's feeling real good too, ladies and gentlemen. I'm feeling real good, and there's no doubt in my mind that you have to beat the man to be the man, just like he said, but there's also no doubt in my mind that I'm going to let some man like that talk a bunch of trash about my woman, and we all know what I'm talking about. And it's always a pleasure to see you, Mr. Soley, and it's a pleasure to be with the National Wrestling Alliance and Mr. Jim Crockett. The fact is this, tomorrow night, the Ocean Center, you write it down in Daytona Beach, because it's going to happen.
Fair enough. Thank you so very much. Jimmy Garvin, a challenger for the title. We'll be back.
accompanied by Sir Oliver Humperdinck, wearing blue trunks, weighing 240 pounds from Amarillo, Texas, the former world heavyweight champion, Dory Funk Jr. And his opponent, in the black trunks, weighing 220 pounds from Tampa, Florida, Mike Graham.
All right, Mike Graham getting set to move out against Dory Funk Jr., direct from the Bayfront Center in St. Petersburg. This is the 30th year of the Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch, as it was originally called, now called the Youth Ranches. The original Florida Sheriff's Boys Ranch, Homer Sheriff Ed Blackburn, Don Janung, and a host of others, and Eddie Graham were the originators, and we are here during this match in honor of and in memory of Eddie Graham. And of course, Steve, you and Mike really grew up together.
You're telling me, Gordon. You know, just sitting here watching Mike move around, it just brings back so many memories. Mike constantly moving. You know, Mike being a second-generation wrestler, Dory Funk Jr., second-generation wrestler. He's got a lot of pressure here. You've got a lot of prestige, and you've got a reputation from both families. Not to mention that what we're here for tonight, in memory of Eddie Graham, Mike's got that on the top of his mind.
I know, of course, that in your high school years, your dad was a prisoner of war in Vietnam for 7.5 years. I know that Eddie had quite an influence on your life.
That's correct, Gordon. You know, I always admired Eddie Graham. I admired Mike Graham. I admired the fact that they spent so much time with the youth. Solid right hand from Mike Graham.
And Dory Funk Jr. has decided to take a breather here outside the ring.
I believe he just rang Mr. Funk's bell.
Funk Jr. moving back in a little more cautiously.
You can almost see the adrenaline pumping, can't you, Gordon? I can feel it. I feel it because I feel what Mike's going through right now. He's got a lot bigger man than him out there. More experience, heavier.
Let fireman carry takedown. Let Dory Funk Jr. know that the name of the game is wrestling.
You're telling me. There's no finer wrestler than that Mike Graham sitting right in there right now. I'm not taking anything away from Dory Funk Jr., former world heavyweight champion. The Funk family, a dynasty in Texas. Finest with the NWA. There's no doubt these people in this Bayfront Center tonight are seeing the best wrestling they could possibly see. And they're classic right here. Another solid right hand. Watch Funk. He's so methodical. I've been in the ring with Funk before. He's a man you just can't turn your back on. He's constantly thinking. He's planning right now.
Well, he is strictly a wrestling machine, no question about it, and he's generally Mr. Cool in the ring.
I've never really seen Dory Funk Jr. lose his temper.
Remind you once again, of course, about all of you in the Fort Myers viewing area. The County Civic Center on the 23rd. Of course, Daytona Beach tomorrow night. It'll be a great night of competition. Mike Graham up against the turnbuckles right over our announcing table. Catches a forearm, and boy, those are patented by Dory Funk Jr.
He's got him hemmed in here, Floyd. He's got him hemmed in that corner. He's working him over. Dory Funk Jr. was waiting for the opportunity to pull a cheap shot, and he got his cheap shot. Now he's going to come up to Windham. Mike sits right through it, comes right back with the arm. I knew when I sat down here tonight, Gordon, I was going to have a good seat, and I sure appreciate you letting me sit here with you.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you aboard, Steve. By the way, the Road Warriors will be at Daytona tomorrow night, and that's, no matter where they go, electricity flashes.
You know, you mentioned earlier my dad being a prisoner of war and Eddie Graham coming to my age. Well, I've got to say that from the time I was 13 to the time I was 21, although I didn't have a father right here in the United States with me, I had a second father in Eddie Graham, and it's an honor to be here watching his son right now.
This is turning into a battle of blows here, and it is Dory Funk Jr. is the one on the canvas right now. And you can feel the electricity in the air now. This crowd, highly partisan, behind Mike Graham all the way.
I heard Dory Funk's interview earlier, Gordon, and I know that he had a lot of things on his mind thinking about this cup tonight, but he also had the idea that he was going to come out here and slap some punk kid around. I think he's waking up real quick that this ain't no punk kid in the ring. These are two men in there, two men that are giving their all right now in front of a sellout. I keep bringing that up, I know, Gordon, but the pressure of that is always in the back of the wrestler's mind. A lot of people are watching them.
Beautiful move by Punk as he countered Mike Graham into the abdominal stretch, and it is Punk now on the spring rope getting the leverage.
You know, we both failed to mention that Sir Oliver Humperdinck standing right over here to the right. I mean, that's something that's in the back of Mike's mind, an extra man. And now he's up on the ring.
And again, it's Punk going for those spring ropes, getting some extra leverage.
He's getting that referee's attention is what he's doing. He's getting that referee's attention, that Humperdinck getting up there, so Dory Funk Jr. get that extra leverage.
Aha! Good move by the referee, Phil Alfonso. That forced the break. That forced the break, but that has taken its toll on Mike Graham, I am afraid.
It's got his thigh and his shoulder, Gordon. That's where most of the pressure's at in that. Not to mention the extra leverage he used. You're not going to get Mike Graham on his back for a 3 count, I promise you.
Reverse Nelson now by Dory Funk Jr. and Mike Graham trying to keep that one shoulder off the mat.
Notice how Dory Funk Jr. is leaning on him, Gordon. See how he's putting all of his weight on him, pushing him down, keeping him from breathing. Phil Alfonso, get your feet out of here.
And only a 2 count, and Mike Graham continues to resist the power moves now of Dory Funk. Complete overhook on the head, back into the corner.
Mike's feeling it now, Gordon. You can tell Mike's getting worn down. See, he keeps him pinned into that corner. Dory Funk Jr., former world heavyweight champion. You don't get to that status that Ric Flair's at, Dory Funk Jr.'s at, Jack Briscoe's been at. I can go on and on. They meet the finest, and they have to keep going out there with them. But you're not going to beat Mike Graham down tonight.
Mike Graham, and brother, he's got some great second drive here. Great second effort. And he's back now to a figure 4. Went for it, but Funk broke it up.
Come on, Mike.
Dory Funk Jr. right over our announce table now. And Mike would just as soon, I believe, throw caution to the winds and...
Look, he's got his feet on the rope. Hey.
And Dory Funk Jr. utilizing those ring ropes. Bill Alfonso taking matters into his own hands. Mike Graham to an inside cradle. Broken up again. Brother, you talk about great action and great wrestling.
I told you, Gordon, this is going to keep us on the edge of our seat right here. Dory Funk Jr. slid out from under those ring ropes, and the only reason he can be out there is because he can't handle that heat up there in that ring.
Well, if he can break the momentum that Graham had going for him, and I think he has tried to do that exactly, could spell the difference here. But no, Mike was sharp enough. He didn't charge in there recklessly.
Mike Graham's his own man. He's been around a long time. He can take care of himself.
We're going to have to cut away here for a quick commercial.
Look at that bridge, Gordon. Did you see that bridge?
We did indeed. We'll be back.
And another right hand. He put him on him, Mike.
Mike Graham has been badly lacerated as we were away for that commercial break. Graham was smashed into that steel ring post, and this battle wages on now between them. Graham all but out on his feet, fighting on instinct and sheer intestinal fortitude, no question about it. Pounding back away, and now it's Dory Funk Jr. going for that spinning toe hold. Nope. Graham broke it up. The referee knocked outside. And it's Funk missing. Graham brings him up. Atomic knee drop, and he's got Funk.
4 now, Gordon, if he gets that finish.
Wait a minute. Humperdinck just starts the ring. Sir Oliver Humperdinck just starts the ring, and Mike Graham's going up to the figure 4. On Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and he's got it on him. Mike, bad move as Dory Funk Jr. just caught up with Mike Graham. Graham still with that figure 4. Wait a minute.
Gordon.
The Tahitian Prince, Teijo Khan, both of them in the ring now. And it's
Gordon, I can't sit it. Gordon.
no. Mike Graham in bad trouble here. And, oh, come on, this is 3-on-1.
Gordon, this is it. I can't sit here and watch this, Gordon.
Steve, stay back, Steve. Steve Kern just took the brunt of the hurtling body of the Tahitian Prince, and now is paying for it as Dory Funk Jr. has gone for the spinning toe hold. Mike Graham coming back into the ring. Mike Graham just cleared the ring. Graham just cleared the ring and is now sending to Steve Kern. Wait a minute, the Southern boys. Bullet, Bob, Brad Armstrong have just hit the ring. Brother. Well, a risky thing to do for Steve Kern. He caught the Tahitian Prince. Then it was then Dory Funk Jr. While they're administering to Steve, let's take a look at that incident. And here you see Mike Graham was being set upon now and caught that boot to the face, dropped back. Teijo Khan, the Tahitian Prince, and Dory Funk Jr. Now look at this. And this is where Steve Kern just began to go absolutely berserk. And watching that, you can see him there as he charged in, covered his man, and covered his friend, his lifelong friend, Mike Graham. But Steve Kern paid the price for that as he caught the full brunt of it. Now Mike Graham hurtled over the top rope. You can hear the bell being sounded, and it was Dory Funk Jr. then going for that spinning toe hold. That will put you away. That's what brought Dory Funk Jr. the time he won the championship. Now Mike Graham moving back into the ring with a chair that sort of equalizes things. Now you see the Tahitian Prince, and they were circling, if you will, like sharks in a feeding frenzy, waiting to get back to it. Mike Graham was standing guard. Then, of course, the Southern boys, as you can see in the ring now, along with Bullet Armstrong and Brad Armstrong. And, well, Steve Kern up now, but how badly that knee or leg has been hurt is really a problem at this time. And, well, I certainly can't blame Steve. You can't spend the number of years that Steve and Mike have been extremely close. And as Steve has said, and I know for a fact that the late Eddie Graham did become a surrogate father for Steve Kern while his dad was 7.5 years a prisoner of war in Vietnam. Steve Kern now getting quite a hand from the crowd along with Mike Graham as they leave the ring. And Steve is, again, they continue to assist him. And certainly I hope that those injuries are not permanent. As you know, Steve has been out of wrestling, and I invited him over here, and I feel very, very badly about the fact that perhaps, in a sense, I put him in this position of jeopardy. And surely I wouldn't want that to happen for anything in the world. But, of course, as you know, this is the Eddie Graham Memorial, plus it's all for the benefit of the Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches. And we sincerely hope that you...
Here's Randy Anderson introducing once again at 240 pounds from Amarillo, Texas, the former world champion Dory Funk Jr. and his partner at 280 pounds from the South Seas, Prince Samu. Their opponents in yellow trunks, weighing 258 pounds from Sweetwater, Texas, Barry Windham. And in the red trunks, weighing 285 pounds from Boonesville, Missouri, Ed the Bull Gantner.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and as I stated before, it was supposed to be me and the Tahitian Prince here tonight at the Bayfront Center, but I was attacked in an unprovoked attack by Mike Graham just in a previous match, and he tore up my knee and I'm unable to compete. But brother, my heart is in there, as well as my mind right now, as the Tahitian Prince set to go up against Big Ed the Bull Gantner, and it's Gantner and Prince right now in what looks like a street fight. They're rolling around on the mat, and it's Big Ed now with the advantage on the Tahitian Prince. Pounding him, now biting him. What kind of stuff is that? This referee needs to move in there and get this big lummox Ed the Bull Gantner off the Tahitian Prince. Now, Prince for the ride. No, reversal. Gantner goes into the buckle. Prince runs into that big number 12. That big number 12 size boot of Big Ed the Bull Gantner. And the Prince is going to go outside and get their thoughts together. Ladies and gentlemen, you don't know how it tears my heart out that Cat can't be in the ring right now and teach this big, stupid idiot Ed the Bull Gantner a lesson myself. You know, I could. I had the battle plan all drawn up, and then Mike Graham had to injure my knee. And, brother, it's eating my guts out right now that I can't be in there. And Barry Windham, there's no love lost there either. I'd slap him around, too. Now the Tahitian Prince, with the cobweb shook out, back to face Ed the Bull Gantner. It looks like he wants a little test of strength here. I don't know if that's so wise, because Big Ed is a strong, powerful man. But the Tahitian Prince, whoa! There's the kind of guy Big Ed the Bull Gantner is. The Prince is going for a test of strength, and Big Ed the Bull Gantner levels him with a right hand. Tahitian Prince now taking in former World Heavyweight Champion Dory Funk Jr. And talk about a consummate wrestler, ladies and gentlemen, Dory Funk Jr. is that. This man was world champion for 7 straight years and took on everybody and the best that the world had to offer. And he's in there now with Big Ed the Bull Gantner, side headlock by Dory Funk Jr. Shot off by Ed the Bull Gantner and run into a brick wall there. Big Ed shakes his head and says, not tonight. A little pushing and shoving going on. Barry Windham trying to get in the action. Big Ed the Bull Gantner takes Barry Windham in now. And these people here like Barry Windham. I don't know what they like about this guy. As far as I'm concerned, he's just a tall, lanky Texan. But it's Junior now, and Barry Windham locked up. Dory Funk Jr. with a side headlock. Barry Windham shoots him out. Junior with a tackle. Barry Windham getting back up. Hip lock. Body slam coming. Oh, God, the Tahitian Prince. He goes for the round. Back to Dory Funk Jr. up with the slam. And Barry Windham's got to be feeling pretty good right now, as he's got both these guys rocking and rolling. If I had been in there, ladies and gentlemen, there's no way Barry Windham would have slammed me. I would have probably slammed him. Dory Funk Jr. and the Tahitian Prince on the outside now, getting the thoughts together, trying to reform that game plan they had when they walked in there. And Barry Windham in the ring, patiently waiting the return of Dory Funk Jr., who is the legal man in the ring at this moment. Barry Windham now set to go up against Dory Funk Jr. Both the men sizing each other up. Not making any hasty moves here, because it just takes one hasty move and you can find yourself flat in the back on the mat and the referee counting 3. Now the Greco-Roman lockup. As Junior with the side headlock. Windham shoots him off, leapfrog. A second leapfrog. And a drop kick. Has Funk on his back. And in comes the Tahitian Prince. And he's nailed with a drop kick. And another one to Funk. And Barry Windham again has got things going his way. This is a real exciting match. We're going to keep the cameras rolling in case there's a pinfall. But we've got to break away right now for a message from our sponsors. So we'll be back after this word. Welcome back to the beautiful Bayfront Center here in St. Petersburg, Florida, where while you were away, the Tahitian Prince and Dory Funk Jr. have gained the advantage now on Barry Windham and Ed the Bull Gantner, who's in the ring right now with the Tahitian Prince. What a clever maneuver. Too bad you missed it while you were away. We were able to trap Big Ed the Bull Gantner, and they got him down, working on him now. And it's Dory Funk Jr. tagging in. The Prince holding on, and Big Ed is in a lot of trouble now, folks. Dory Funk Jr. with those patented uppercuts. Has Big Ed rocking against the ropes, but he's fighting back. But Junior's right on him. Stays right on top of him. Won't let him rest for a minute. The junior with a flat mare and a little facial massage for Big Ed the Bull Gantner. The people here don't seem to like that, but we don't care what the people like anyway. We do go out there and get the job done, and that's all there is to it. Barry Windham now trying for that tag, was unable to reach the hand of Ed the Bull Gantner. Funk Jr. again with another vicious uppercut as Gantner against the rope. And a third. Gantner fighting back with a chop. Now Funk with another uppercut. Bull Gantner fighting back again with a series of chops. But it's the Beast and Prince moving in. Turning the tide again to our favor. And now it's Barry Windham trying to come down and help the Bull Gantner, who's on the floor right now. And the Tahitian Prince working him over down there. And around comes Windham again. Nails the first one shot. Now Windham should be in this corner. There's no excuse for this Funk Windham to be down here on the floor messing with the Tahitian Prince. All he should be concerned about at this point in the match is getting a tag from Big Ed. Because unless Big Ed gets a tag to Barry Windham pretty quick, it might be over right here. Just a 2 count. That was a strong toss-off of Funk Jr. carried out by Ed the Bull Gantner. Tahitian Prince now on top of Gantner. Backs him into that corner. Goes up on that second rope. And it looks like the, Gantner just pulls the Tahitian Prince back. And the Prince snatches Gantner before he's able to make the tag. And Prince taking in Dory Funk Jr. Holding Gantner now. He's got a 5 count before he's disqualified in there. After a tag is made, you got to count a 5 before you have to get out of there. And Dory Funk Jr. now with Ed the Bull Gantner. Throws him into the ropes. Gantner coming off. And hits Funk with a not-so-effective knee. But Funk right there to counter with a hard right hand as Gantner back down. Now Dory Funk Jr. throws Big Ed into the ropes and catches him with that big elbow coming off and almost had Big Ed had his faculties there. He might have been able to tag Barry Windham, but he just didn't have it together at that point. And now Funk taking it to the Tahitian Prince, and Prince is in with those big right hands along the back and shoulder area of Big Ed the Bull Gantner, and Gantner really needs a tag now, or he might as well write this one off. And it's the Prince with some of that experience in the martial arts coming to play here in this match tonight at the Bayfront Center here in St. Petersburg, Florida. What a night. Capacity crowd here to see a world title match. Ric Flair taking on Dusty Rhodes. It'll be coming up later on in the program today. You'll see the Road Warriors on the show and a host of others. Let's bring in Gantner now with a big knee lift, and these people want to tag. They want to tag real badly. And Big Ed needs to go to that corner, and he does it. Same time, this will turn into a street fight. And it's Barry Windham going on that top rope. The referee didn't see it, so he can't call it disqualification. Of course, there would have been a disqualification had the referee seen it. But now Windham with that shot to the gut. And a sunset flip from the top rope. He has it down. Barry Windham with a sunset flip.
Trunks, weighing 250 pounds, from the Iron Gates of Fate, the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan. And his opponent in the black trunks, weighing 240 pounds, from Syracuse, New York, the defending Florida heavyweight champion, Mike Rotunda.
And here it is, the Florida heavyweight title match promised to you today on Southern Pro Wrestling with your host, me, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, and it's Kevin Sullivan, my good friend, moving on against the present Florida champion, Mike Rotunda. Both men fitting each other out now along the ropes, and it looks like it might be Fist City right here from the start. Here's the third Dory Funk Jr. out here telling the people, and telling especially Mike Rotunda, that he's going to have a lot of competition coming up here in the future, and a warning to everybody to keep their filthy hands off of me. I am not out there to be abused. I am a wrestling expert mind, if you will, and I don't have to go through this physical abuse at the hands of guys like Mike Graham. Sullivan and Rotunda hooking up, and it's Sullivan coming out with a forearm dragon twist. And Mike Rotunda able to take him off, and Sullivan almost in for a move, but thought better of it, pulled back. What a great match this promises to be, as Mike Rotunda, a former amateur wrestler, in fact NCAA champion from Syracuse, New York, taking on a former Massachusetts state champion named Kevin Sullivan. Collared elbow hook up here, and it's Sullivan with Rotunda against the ropes. Rotunda pressing the advantage. Sullivan's got it again, back in the corner. Some heavy chops flying there on both parties. And you might have noticed the Tahitian Prince down there ringside. I'm not able to be in Sullivan's corner tonight myself for obvious reasons, so I sent the Tahitian Prince down there to make sure Sullivan is taken care of and all his needs are answered. And it's Sullivan now with Rotunda into that corner. Referee counting, and Sullivan with the knee into the midsection of Mike Rotunda. And now a hard chop, snapmare, and it's Sullivan with that arm bar. Working on that left arm of Mike Rotunda. Picking on a body part. If you watch a wrestling match, if you've got a capable wrestler in there, he'll either pick the head, one of the two arms, or one of the two legs to work on, and he'll stay with it the entire match. Sullivan has elected to choose the left arm of Mike Rotunda, delivering some uppercut blows now to the shoulder area. And it's Sullivan with the pressure on the neck and arm now, Mike Rotunda. Rotunda with a switch has that arm of Sullivan's barred, and it's Sullivan with a drop toe hold into an amateur wrestling position here. Both men trying to get the advantage. Rotunda trying to sit out. He's getting a couple points from escape there, but Sullivan to the ropes, and the referee is going to have to break this up. And Rotunda finally steps back after being admonished by the referee to do so. And the collar elbow hook up again as Mike Rotunda, Florida heavyweight champion, found himself in the ropes with Kevin Sullivan. Sullivan going downstairs to the midsection with that headbutt. Throws Rotunda in, goes for the boot. Rotunda grabs that foot and has Sullivan in rather a precarious position. Turns him around into an atomic drop. And Sullivan now feeling the pain all up and down that spine area. That is Rotunda now. I don't know. He better not. I don't know. Hey, whoa. Now that should be an automatic disqualification. With the solar plexus there. As you boxing fans know, if you get hit hard enough in the solar plexus, you cause a knockout. And Sullivan regrouping now, talking over at the Prince ringside, formulating a new battle plan perhaps, as he gets ready to get back into the ring with Mike Rotunda here at the beautiful Bayfront in St. Petersburg, Florida. What a night of wrestling this has been, and what a night of wrestling we have coming up still on this hour today of Southern Pro Wrestling. Rotunda now with a side headlock. And Sullivan with a right hand. I don't know, I thought I saw something fly, but it might have been a fan throwing something in the ring. As Sullivan now up in that second rope comes off with that knee across the chest area of Rotunda, who's got it for the two, almost the 3 count. As Rotunda kicks out. Now it's Sullivan with that reverse chin lock. And Rotunda really needs to get his stuff together here, or it's going to be a long, long evening for him. The fans picking up the chant, "Go, Mike, go." A very popular young man down here in the state of Florida is Mike Rotunda. Sullivan maintaining that reverse chin lock on Mike Rotunda. Referee checking to make sure it's not a choke, and of course it's not, as Sullivan always follows the rules. Rotunda up now to his feet with a hard elbow to the midsection and a tackle. Goes for the second one, drops flat, and it's Sullivan now with that sleeper. He's got the sleeper on Mike Rotunda. We might see a new Florida champion here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. As the lights start going out on Mike Rotunda, everything is growing dark and growing dim at this point. Sullivan maintaining that sleeper. It's a matter of time now before Rotunda goes to La La Land. Rotunda lucky enough to get back in that corner, forcing the break. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep these cameras rolling. If a pinfall should occur, we'll bring it to you right here on Southern Pro Wrestling. But we'll be right back after this word from our local sponsors. Welcome everybody back to the Bayfront Arena in St. Petersburg, Florida, in front of a capacity audience here tonight. More than 10,000 strong assembled here this evening for this great, outstanding card of wrestling. Right now in the ring, continuing their match, Kevin Sullivan and Mike Rotundo. And it's Sullivan now with the advantage on Rotundo with that side headlock. Rotundo trying to get to his feet. As Sullivan pushes him back into the corner, and the referee counting. Sullivan with a hard right hand to Rotundo. Another hard right. Has Rotundo reeling. Now, scratching his back for him. What a nice guy that Sullivan is. Now scratching his face. What a heck of a nice guy he is. Whoa! Rotundo fires with a hard chop. And Sullivan answers with a chop of his own. This has been a brutal match. It's been going on now, ladies and gentlemen, for about 15 minutes. And, of course, it's for that Florida Heavyweight Championship, that prize championship that has led more wrestlers to the world title than any other belt in the sport today. And Rotundo with a cross-body block. 1, 2, and almost 3, but no, Sullivan was able to kick out. And now Sullivan back on top of Rotundo. That big knee to the side of the head. Rotundo is still in trouble. And now Rotundo against those ropes with Sullivan pressing the advantage. Referee trying to get a clean break in there, but I know Sullivan, and I know that he doesn't know what a clean break is, and I'm happy about it. With a headbutt now on Rotundo. Downstairs with a shot. Downstairs with another shot. Kevin Sullivan, a former amateur boxer, Golden Glove champion. Mike Rotundo seems to have picked up the spirit here, and this building is rocking. Hoping that Rotunda does a job on Sullivan, but no. The Tahitian Prince was able to come up and get the attention of the referee, Pee Wee Anderson. And at that time, Sullivan took Rotundo and threw him over the top rope. Not exactly a legal move, but it's legal as long as the referee don't see it. That's the way I look at it. Rotundo on the outside. Sullivan saying, come on, get back in here and fight like a man. And Rotundo now grabbing Sullivan's leg from the outside and brings him around to that steel corner post there. And oh, wraps that leg. That left knee of Sullivan right into that steel corner post. And now on the outside of the ring, it's Rotundo throwing Sullivan right into that steel barricade. And Sullivan now in trouble as Mike Rotundo and Sullivan go toe-to-toe on the floor here at the Bayfront Arena. As Sullivan with a finger to the eye of Mike Rotundo, and brother, that'll stop the biggest man in his tracks. Sullivan, Irish whip coming up to Rotundo, back body drop, and Sullivan there with that hard right hand rearranges Rotundo's game plan for sure. Sullivan now with a slam. Rotundo. Sullivan hitting the rope. Goes to the splash. Oh! Rotundo was able to bring up those knees and catch Sullivan right in the pit of the stomach. And believe you me, that takes all the wind you got left out of you. But Sullivan coming back, not giving up on his quest for the Florida heavyweight title. Rotundo throwing Sullivan into the corner. Follows him in with a hard right hand and a second hard right. Sullivan reversing it. Rotundo into the corner. This battle's been back and forth all night long. Rotundo now with an elbow behind the head of Kevin Sullivan, climbing up on that second rope. This is not a legal move, ladies and gentlemen. The referee over here giving the Prince a hard time. He should be over there calling Rotundo. Dory Funk Jr., the sportsman that he is, will not let this devious man Rotundo get away with that kind of stuff. The referee should have had Rotundo down. Referee now turning around and counting 1, 2, 3, and the new Florida heavyweight champion is Kevin Sullivan. The referee now presenting the belt to Kevin Sullivan, and he got by with a little help from his friends. But no, wait a minute. Big Ed the Bull Gantner coming in now. Sullivan this out there. The referee just reversed it. I think the referee reversed the decision. And now it's Big Ed and Rotunda cleaning house. Rotunda on top of Sullivan. Rotunda on top of Sullivan. This has gone chaotic here. We got to get some order restored. Look, the Prince, the Gantner, Kevin Sullivan battling now. Looks like a battle royal. And it's Big Ed the Gantner and Mike Rotunda clearing the ring. And it was reversed. After that no good, Ed the Gantner came out and snoozed it off. The referee gave the match to Mike Rotunda, but it's not over yet. As Rotunda back on front. Ladies and gentlemen, we just saw the first part of this. We're going to see a whole lot more between these guys, I predict right now. There it is, the referee raising Rotunda's hand. What a miscarriage of justice. Unbelievable. Sullivan should have been the winner. At any rate, we're going to be back with the Road Warriors and Ravishing Rick Rude and Raging Bull Manny Fernandez right after these messages.
A big noise playing in the street, gonna be a big man someday. You got mud on your face. You feel
For the World Tag Team Championship. 1 fall, 1 hour time limit. Introducing the challengers, accompanied by Precious Paul Ellering at a combined weight of 585 pounds from Chicago, Illinois, the Road Warriors. And their opponent, accompanied by number 1 Paul Jones, weighing 250 pounds from Fernandez, from Texas, the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. And his partner at 250 pounds from Minnesota, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Matchup, ladies and gentlemen, here on Southern Pro Wrestling. You're looking at the World Tag Team Champions, Manny the Bull, Raging Bull Fernandez, and Ravishing Rick Rude with their manager, Paul Jones, as is set to go up against the Road Warriors with Precious Paul Ellering in their corner. And what a match this promises to be. And you should have heard the people, well, you did hear the people when the Road Warriors walked out. The roar was definitely crowd favorites here tonight. The Road Warriors. Nowhere in the country, ladies and gentlemen, on any wrestling program are you going to see the caliber of matches that you see right here on Southern Pro Wrestling every week. I'm talking about a match that'll pack any arena. You can take a look around here tonight. It's packed to the rafters. Would pack any arena anywhere you're seeing right here on television. As the Hawk is set to go up against Ravishing Rick Rude. And what a match this promises to be. Rude and Bull, the World Tag Team Champions. And the Road Warriors, I know, want those belts real bad. The Hawk now conferring with his manager, Paul Ellering. Rick Rude taking the time to pose to an appreciative audience here at the Bayfront Center. But the Hawk wasn't too appreciative as he comes up from behind and lets Ravishing Rick know that he's there and he wants those titles real bad. The Hawk. What a physical specimen. specimen these Road Warriors are. Unbelievable. They got muscles on top of muscles. But not to be let out of that category is the ravishing one, Rick Rude, as he's really put together too. And Manny Fernandez, a very, very capable, fantastic wrestler, Manny Fernandez. I've known him a long time. He's a great gentleman and a good friend of mine. And now it's Rick Rude trying to send Hawk across the ring to the other side, but the Hawk says, no, not tonight. I'm not going to go over there. I'm not going to go anywhere. As a matter of fact, I don't want to go. And the people love it here in St. Petersburg tonight. As the Hawk takes time to look around at this capacity house. They're filled to the rafters. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to break away for a minute, but we'll be right back in center St. Petersburg, Florida, where it's all happening tonight as we have a World Tag Team title match in the ring right now, and it's the Hawk putting the ravishing one down on the mat, stepping on his hand, and now Manny Fernandez comes in to get some space. Press slam by the Hawk and by the Animal, unbelievable, and Bullet Rude way up in the air, slams down now, double clothesline, and Paul Jones has got to be going absolutely crazy at this moment. And the champions are now on the floor, regaining the scent, trying to get the cobwebs out after those powerful press slams and those clotheslines delivered by the Hawk and the Animal. The Road Warriors on the quest for those World Tag Team titles. There you see Paul Jones and Manny Fernandez on the floor. Paul Jones, the manager of the World Tag Team champions, ravishing Rick Rude, and Manny, the Raging Bull Fernandez. As the Hawk is set to go back up against Rick Rude taking in Manny Fernandez, and it's going to be the Animal now against Raging Bull Fernandez, and the people here are going absolutely berserk. Both men eyeing each other now. And it's the Bull with Animal back into the ropes, a headbutt, a chop. Nothing seems to faze this guy, but that certainly fazed Fernandez as he goes backwards over that top rope, but right back in under the bottom rope, and now it's the Animal throwing him into the rope. Oh, he had to be 10 feet in the air, and now with a hard right hand, there's Raging Bull down in his corner asking for a timeout. But of course, in professional wrestling, as you fans know, there are no timeouts. But a timeout would certainly be in order now for the world champions. They need to get themselves together and get something going and turn this tide in this match here with the Road Warriors. The Hawk back in. Rick Rude back in. Rick Rude with a big boot to the midsection, stopping the Hawk. Got him going a little bit. Look out, he's going to go for that Rude Awakening, but no! Not the Rude Awakening. It was a Rude Awakening for Rick Rude as the Hawk grabbed that top rope. But look out! There's Manny Fernandez from behind. And the Hawk finds himself in some serious trouble for the first time tonight. And now a little bit of double teaming going on here as the champion. Pummel the Hawk. Manny Fernandez throwing him in now and coming off with that big chop to the top of the head of the Hawk. And Rick Rude reversed by the Hawk. And clothesline coming out. Hawk needs the tag. Rude needs the tag. Rude makes the tag. Hawk makes the tag. And it's the Animal now against Manny Fernandez. Into the rope. Big elbow. And Fernandez on Dream Street. Throws him again. Big spike tackle. And it's Rude making the save. And now all four men in the ring at the same time. And the Animal caught Manny Fernandez coming up that top rope. But the referee has been distracted. And now Jones and Ellering. And ladies and gentlemen, this has turned into a duck. The wrestlers involved. The fans involved. Versus Paul now. Paul Jones. Everybody involved in this one. Unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. What a match. A match here on Southern Shore Wrestling. And now, I'd like to introduce to you a man who really needs no introduction. I'm talking about the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan. and Dory Funk Jr. Go ahead, Jeff.
Let me tell you something, Hump. Tonight is the biggest night in the history of Florida wrestling. And I came this close to achieving a goal that I set out to when Mike Rotunda came and stole the Florida heavyweight belt from you. As people know, you and I have no contract. But Mike Rotunda, it seems now, there's a new shining star on the horizon. A man that has reached out and grabbed Dusty Rhodes by the coattails and hopes that the comet will drag him to stardom. Well, Ed the Bull Gantner, I want you to listen to my words real clear. Who the hell do you think you are? Interfering in my matches. Tonight I was picked, chosen as a man of destiny. And I came this close from taking the most coveted belt next to the World's Heavyweight Championship. And that is the Florida Heavyweight title. You see, I had it in my grasp. And if it wasn't for Dory Funk, we might have been in real serious trouble.
Hey, somebody take a shot at my feet. Put the camera on my feet. I want somebody to see this. Raise it up there. Raise it up there. You know what that is? This is absolutely ridiculous for somebody of my stature, of my reputation, to have to leave Bayfront Arena in a pair of wrestling shoes, in a suit and a tie. Mike Rotunda, I'm coming after my cowboy boots. I'm coming after your Florida Heavyweight Championship, and I'm coming after you, right, Hump?
That's exactly right, Dory. Thank you for being here today. Let's go back to the ring where the world's heavyweight champion, Ric Flair, made his entrance to a standing ovation here at the Bayfront Center in St. Petersburg. And it's going to be Ric Flair taking on the American Dream, the one and only Dusty Rhodes. And now let's go up to our special guest ring announcer, former North American champion, Buddy Colt. Take it away, Buddy Colt. Take it away, Buddy. Go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the next match for the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World. This match will be with a one fall, 1 hour time limit. Introducing first, the challenger, now making his home in Tampa, Florida. 3 times NWA Heavyweight Wrestling Champion of the World at 275 pounds, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. The undisputed NWA Heavyweight Champion of the World, making his home in Charlotte, North Carolina, at 240 pounds, Nature Boy Ric Flair.
And it is Nature Boy Ric Flair and Dusty Rhodes set to go in the battle here on Southern Pro Wrestling. But first, these words from your sponsor. To the Bayfront Arena in St. Petersburg, where the world's heavyweight champion, Ric Flair, is in the ring with Dusty Rhodes, 3-time former world champion himself. And it's Rhodes now with a series of chops to Ric Flair. And Dusty Rhodes, as only he can do, floating like a butterfly and stinging like a bee, has the world champion in a bad way right now. On his back and on the ring, Dusty Rhodes. As Rhodes is trying for a 4th time to win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Dusty Rhodes and I, there you see part of the capacity crowd here tonight, enjoying these matches. And you people know that Dusty Rhodes and I, there's no love lost there, so I'm a bit partial in this match. I'd like to see Flair put Rhodes right out of commission here tonight. But I know with his people behind him, he's got to be feeling really confident and really sure of himself as he goes up against the world champion, Ric Flair. Back into the ring now. Set to lock up again with Dusty Rhodes. Both men eyeing each other now, squaring off. Collar and elbow hookup. It's Flair with the knee to the midsection of Dusty Rhodes. Flair throws, no, reversal. Flair into the ropes.
And it's Rhodes with a press slam. And a rare display of strength by Dusty Rhodes. Crushes Ric Flair over his head and slams him down hard to the mat. And the people here love it. They love it. Dusty Rhodes coming in on Ric Flair. Our time is rapidly running away, but we're going to stay with this match just as long as we possibly can, as Dusty Rhodes delivers a hard right hand to the head area of Ric Flair. And now Flair wants a few minutes to think about this, and Dusty Rhodes, I don't think, is going to give it to him. It's Flair now with a shot to the midsection. Dusty Rhodes trying for the 4th time to become the world's heavyweight champion here tonight. Side headlock on Flair, he shoots him off. Shoulder tackle. It's Rhodes again going for a tackle. Side step by Flair into the ropes. And it was Rhodes holding out and delivering an elbow to the head of Ric Flair. And ladies and gentlemen, our time is all but gone for this week on Southern Pro Wrestling. Thank you for being here this week. Come back and join us again next week. This is your host, Sir Oliver Humperdinck, saying, see you then.